Hello Leo, welcome back to my channel. If you're a returning subscriber, if you're new, welcome. I hope you enjoy the reading. This is a general life reading for your sign. I've already drawn out the cards, so let's just start. We've got 11th house, 5th house and 4th house. So these will be the areas I feel that are going to come up for you over the next while. So we've got 11th house with air element, and we've got Sekhmet. So it seems to me that with the 11th house, this can be the house of friendships. It can also be the house of all kinds of group endeavors or like societies or associations, anything to do with that. Anything where you are an individual within a group setting. It's also about your hopes and dreams and your wishes for the future, you know, what you are envisioning for yourself at this time. You know, it can be your hobbies and interests. They may be coming up with that at this time as well. So now we've got air element communication. So it seems that it's possible that you have some hopes and dreams or some sort of visions for yourself going forward, with which you need to actually stamp your authority on that. You're going to need to think about them carefully as well at this time, analyze, weigh things up, actually come to some sort of, you know, sort of sorting the wheat from the chaff, or just visioning something for yourself. But you're going to have to speak up, and you're going to have to be clear about what it is that you want. You're probably going to have to communicate in some way, you know, to like express yourself. So this is what I expect. This is what I want going forward. And this may be to people that are close to you, friendships and so on, but it can also be within some other setting, or it could just be that you need to actually get some sort of plan or some sort of strategy in place, because this is a thinking energy, very much a thinking energy. So it's an analytical energy. So something needs to be put down, I feel, in writing or in words. Something for yourself going forward. It could also be publishing something that you are working on at this time, but it's expression. It's always about the air element is the thinking aspect, but also expression outwards. It's also about manifestations. So your positive thoughts and your positive words will go a long way to speak the things that you want into existence. Now this could be obviously something that you're working on. It could be something to do with a career. It could be scientific. As I said, it could be publishing, or it could be something where you are just needing to get yourself clear on what it is that you're trying to manifest for yourself at this time. Very important manifestation card. Then we've got Sekhmet, be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, and your strength assures a happy outcome. So this could be to do with a career thing or something that you're trying to initiate, walking your talk, actually being very clear about what it is that you want, or you may have to make a decision at this time and you're thinking it through, weighing it up. You may be doing research, you may be using technology at this time. This can be advanced technology that is coming in, or it could be an upgrade to your current technology. But I feel that you're going to have to be very clear, and you're going to have your courage as well to go forward with what it is. But this is saying that this is where the manifestation comes in. Be positive with your thoughts and your words, and you can speak these things into existence. Have a victorious mindset. Do not allow things to, you know, sort of naysayers and skeptics to undermine your efforts in a direction. You know, you want to have a victorious mindset, be very clear, and speak this thing or these things into existence. So you're going to need to be strong for that and have your courage. But she's very strong. She's got, you know, very strong mindset. You know, I feel once you've made up your mind, then there will be no stopping you. It could also be that you need to express certain things to do with your friendships, or perhaps you are finding that you are not aligned with certain friendships or certain groups that you have been involved with previously. You may be moving away from that, or they may be moving away from you, and that is why you've got the be strong. You may have to just put boundaries on you, or you may have to be very clear about your path going forward. And you know, the 11th house is all about that. You may find that some people support you, but they're not necessarily friends. They could be associates, part of a group that you're with, or it could be that you may be, just as I said, changing groups or changing friendships, or finding that you're not aligned in some way with people that you have been with before. And this could also be to do with ideals and global consciousness and social reform and all of these aspects coming in. You may be aligning yourself with a social reform or a new form of global consciousness. You may be aligning yourself with something else which falls in with your hopes and your dreams, and very much is aligned with where you want to go in the future, because this has got a very futuristic aspect as well. And you may just find that certain people around you that have been around you before may be falling away at this time, or they may be just moving off in their own direction. It could also be that air travel is involved here. You may be traveling for something to do with an aspect to do with this global consciousness, or a social reform, or a career aspect, or it could be something that you're writing or communicating. And you're going to get support from others in order to do this. But air travel is likely with this. It could be business travel, or it could be that you're traveling with friendships to go somewhere to do something. It's going to take a bit of planning and a bit of foresight and a bit of hammering the details down. It could also be that with this that you may be traveling away just for to get some sort of perspective. Now this could be visiting a mountainous region at this time, just to get some perspective or to understand things a little bit better, to get your head around things, to have a change of scenery. This will also help you to get you clear on what it is that you're aiming for at this time in this house. You could be going to visit friends who live away somewhere to get your head around things as well. As I said, it could also be that with your friendships that you're finding you're not aligned with certain people at this time, or that your interests and your dreams and hopes for yourself are changing. Because the bottom of the Fairy Tarot deck is Five of Spring, opposing goals arising from differing opinions, feeling at odds with yourself or others, overly ambitious people. So you could just be clashing with a few people around you at this time, and maybe that's why you need to be clear and you need to weigh things up for yourself, what direction you're going in at this time, and then you gather your strength in order to move forward clearly. You do need to be honest with yourself internally and with others at this time, but think carefully about what you're going to say, how you're going to say it, and be positive, because you have got Mercury retrograde here at the bottom of the Astrology deck. And this is always about being very careful, anything to do with documentation, communication, contracts, anything to do with that. Be very careful, go over everything with a fine-tooth comb, because you're going to be manifesting, as I said. So this is going to be things to do with for your future, what it is that you're trying to do, and there may be a few delays, or there may be some things that you have to work on first. As I said, be clear, analyze things, weigh things up before you move ahead at this time. We've also got fifth house here, so fifth house coming in. We've got North Node, which is a lovely card. It's to do with your life purpose, and then you've got Mart. So Mart is the Judgment card. Now this can be a decision from a court or a legal situation, or it could just be a mediation or a discussion, talking things through, or making your mind up, or coming to some sort of decision. But there's a fair bit of judgment involved here. This could also be judgment of yourself or judgment of others. But this card is saying that it's time to actually to allow the universe to step in, because you may have a sort of a very set outcome in mind with Mart, and that may not be for the best, in the best interests of everybody. There may be more than one person involved here, and this is saying that you need to actually just step back, put your case forward, step back, and then hand it over and let the universe and Mart come up with the very best solution for a situation which is occurring at this time. You want to aim for peace. You want to aim for a situation to be resolved. So you want resolution. You don't want necessarily to be going into a judgment situation or a legal situation. If you can resolve it beforehand by looking at everybody's point of view. Okay, now with the fifth house, this can be to do with a creative endeavor that you're involved in, or it could be to do with children. And it could also be something to do with taking a risk. Any sort of a creative activity or a fun activity can also be coming in with this. It could be that you're having judgment about yourself or something that you're endeavoring to do in this house. You may be having a lot of judgment to do with yourself about your creative abilities or your originality or your individuality at this time. But the North Node card is saying that there's something in this house that you have which is tied up to do with your life purpose. So this could be a skill that you have or a recreational activity that you can do. Now this can be a sporting activity, or it can be something to do with children, or it could be a handcraft, it could be artistic or creative, whatever it is. It could also just be some sort of business idea that you have which has a lot of creativity or children involved or having lots of fun or fun activities. But there's some kind of risk activity coming in here as well, so, or a risk factor. But it's saying that there's something in this house connected to any one of those areas which is connected to your life purpose. Now this is saying that something in here is relevant for you, very important, and you may be having judgment about it and feeling inadequate or feeling that you haven't got enough, or that it could be a business idea that you're trying to work on, and there may be other people involved or other situations involved at this time. So just bear in mind the fairness aspect, or the looking at finding a resolution rather than gunning for a particular outcome. Now with the life purpose, it's saying that there's something in this house which is very important for you. Now it could be that you have a skill or a talent that has not been acknowledged, or something that you haven't focused on up until this time. And this could be to do with children, or it could be a creative activity, or it could be an artistic activity. Now we're all born creative, but not all of us are artistic. The creativity that you use comes through in many, many different ways. Now this can be in the form of like handcrafts, as I said, or the way you dress, or the way you conduct yourself with others, or the way you interact with children. There's a great many ways that this can be coming in. But it could also be, you know, to do with some sort of endeavor or business idea or something that you're working on at this time. And it's saying that you're in the right place at the right time to be dealing with this now. And you're going to find yourself pushed in some way in this house in the direction which you're supposed to be going in. You're going to find yourself in the right place at the right time. And this will be connected to your life purpose. So it's also like karmic reward, or a very positive reward coming to you. So this could be a karmic reward coming to you to do with your children, or to do with an activity that you have. Or it could be a risk that you are taking, and it turns out to be a very positive karmic reward coming to you at this time. This is all about moving away from the past and moving forward into the future, taking charge of your future at this time. Very important, very beautiful card, very positive card, but it can be quite abrupt, or it can be quite a big shift that occurs, and this is really going to shift a lot for you at this time. Just want to put this away now. Whatever this is that's coming in for you in this house, it's going to bring fulfillment in some way. So this, as I said, could be children or artistic or creative related. It could be something that you do, something that you haven't, or you have been working on, or something that you need to move into now. And it's going to bring you a lot of fulfillment. But there is going to be some sort of negotiation or mediation or judgment related issues coming up for you to deal with at this time. As I said, aim for resolution and for moving forward in the best possible manner. But it could also be to do with judgment, to do with yourself. Perhaps you feel that you don't have what it takes to do this, but you definitely do, and you've got positive karma coming to you at this time. So fulfillment is coming in for you. It could also be that you may need to reinvent something that you have already been working on, because you have got the Mercury retrograde card, as I said. This is going back to the drawing board. This is possibly where the judgment is coming in as well. You're going to be looking at things again. This is with a very fine-tooth comb, going over things, over details, contracts, documents, looking at your plan. If you've got a plan that you're working towards, it could be that it needs to be reinvented in some way. Expression, your communication communication is very, very important at this time. Choose your words with care, because mistakes and misunderstandings or misinterpretations can occur with this. And it can also be that somebody may be coming back into your life, or a situation may be coming back. And it could be that you need to reinvent something at this time in order to pick up on this life purpose timeline that is coming up for you. But it's definitely connected to the 5th house, and there's something that you need to go over again, something that needs to be reinvented or checked again, details gone over. It could also be that there's something needs to be just reinvented or planned, or some sort of new strategy, taking other information into account. Something that has not been seen may be revealed at this time, or there could be a little bit of a delay while you get your ducks in a row. Then we have also got 4th house. This is everything to do with the home. This is everything to do with your physical home, or where you are currently residing, but it's also to do with your family, your roots, your foundation. And this can be ancestry, ethnic identity, anything to do with that, but also your family, where your roots, where you come from. So it's saying that we've got 4th house here, and we've got Grand Cross Provoker. So it's saying that there is a lot of difficulty surrounding you at this time in this house. It could be within the atmosphere, or within the your family relations in your actual home, or it could be you relating to your family affairs. But there's some sort of a lot of hard angles coming down on you at this time, and this is going to sort of, it is a provoking action. So it's like a lot of pressure, a lot of things to deal with all at once. It could be that you are moving, or you are relocating, or you're upscaling or downscaling, or downsizing or upsizing, depending on your situation. And it could be that you have a lot of things coming at you all at once. No sooner do you get over one hurdle than the next thing comes up, or you could be multitasking at this time. It could also be a lot of emotion, and a lot of other people's opinions, or other things occurring all at once, and it's put you under tremendous pressure. Now, the very best way to handle the Grand Cross card is certainly to be organized. Really, that is the best way to put it. You don't want to be juggling and standing still or going backwards. You want to be multitasking, but in a sort of a prioritizing fashion. So prioritize what is most important, and even if you have to change that on a daily basis, or an hourly basis, or a weekly basis, or whatever the situation is, prioritize everything and stick very strictly to that. It's also about time management. Have a set time management for everything, and this includes time for yourself, which is what we're going to get to here. You need to arrange time for yourself where you can just be quiet, and also make decisions, and also to update your priority list so that you're staying on top of everything. But it's a very unique opportunity. You're going to learn a lot about time management, about inner strength, about fortitude, stamina. All of these things come in with the Grand Cross. And it can also be that on the other side of this, you're going to learn a tremendous amount, as I said, which will stand you in very good stead later on in life. But it's almost like life skills. This is teaching you life skills, but it's about multitasking, prioritizing, time management. You may have to cooperate with others at this time. You may have to, work with others at this time in this area of your life, which is all home related, or house related, or family related. There could be a lot occurring at this time, a lot of crossed opinions and a lot of pressure. As I said, the very best way to handle that is to be in charge of your time. Really, that is the only way. And part of that, with Sarasvati, the arts, express yourself through creative activities. We've got creative activities coming up here already. So it's saying that there's some aspect of your life which needs expression. Now, this could be musical related. It could also be creative, as I said, or artistic. You could be cooking or baking, you could be doing handcrafts, you could be painting, you could be modeling, like clay, or using mosaics, pottery, whatever it is that you feel you can do. It could also be creative writing, or creative speaking, whatever's right for you, whatever skill or talent that you have. This could be trying to rise up at this time, and it's being kind of squashed because you're not giving enough time to everything. You're not managing your time correctly. But this is saying to you, you need to be in the present moment. Once you are in the present moment, you will very much be able to deal with all of the pressures and everything that is occurring at this time. When you are in the present moment, then you can make really, really great decisions. And this is what Sarasvati is all about. She's saying, come into the present moment, do a creative activity or an artistic activity or a musical activity or writing or whatever it is. Come into the present moment and allow yourself to get out of your own way. That is what you will be able to do with this card. And then once you do that, then you can be calm and be centered, and then you will find that everything will fall into place. But it's a habit. It's something that you have to actually physically do regularly. Now we've also got here the ego card, the illusion of being trapped, placing too much importance on material items, getting caught up in fear and worry. So I feel that this may be related to your 4th house, as I said, with this Grand Cross Provoker. So this is the ego. All of these aspects are ego-based. So fear of not having enough, fear of, this is where the material things come in, fear of not having enough, or anger, anger comes from fear of not having something, and therefore the anger rise up in you. So it's kind of feeling, you may be feeling that you need to change something in your home environment at this time. You perhaps need to look for a new place, or you need to change something, and this is why you are feeling trapped right now. This is why you need to come into the present moment, do any kind of a creative activity or artistic activity or musical activity, whatever's right for you, to get on top of the situation, and also get out of the fear and the worry. These are all ego related. These are all based in ego, and get to the bottom of that, manage your time, and you will overcome these difficulties, and you'll be able to find your way. But you need to let go of this, and let go of the illusion of being weighed down by your ego, and the fear of losing something or not having enough. And we've also got Una, easy does it. There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. So this can be very much connected to the Grand Cross as well. This can be you trying to drive around in second gear. That can also be like a Grand Cross energy, where you're just so frustrated and under pressure that you can't see the wood for the trees, basically, and you need to calm. Easy does it. Come into the present moment, let go of fears and worries and outcomes which you are driving towards, which are not necessarily the very best for all concerned, okay? There is no need to hurry or force things to happen. Everything is occurring in perfect timing. You have the North Node here, and this is saying right place, right time, just have faith that whatever needs to be dealt with will be dealt with, and just have faith in this perfect timing coming out for you.